Hello, everybody. It's Merlin here. Welcome to the first of a potentially new segment. We call it the Sci-Fi Corner. I have a guest here. This is my co-host for this segment, Ulla. Say hello.
Hola, hola.
Hola, Ulla.
Mixing two languages there.
Mixing two languages. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over just a bunch of sci-fi movies we wanted to watch or rewatch or whatever. And we decided, because we thought it was shorter, we were going to start with
Right.
Rise.
Oh, that's so shiny. Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes, from 2011, starring James Franco. My buddy Dan and I actually started this brief segment called Go Ape, where we were actually going through all the Planet of the Apes movies. We got through all the old ones, stopped at Tim Burton, and it was like we didn't really pick it up after that.
Did Tim Burton not quite do it for you? Did he throw you off a little bit?
I saw that movie like when it first came out in theaters, and then I never watched it again. So I think that says a lot right there.
It's not the greatest. I'm a huge fan of the original Planet of the Apes from the 1960s.
68, yeah,
I
or
can't quite
70s, yeah.
remember. No, it's in the 60s, definitely.
Well, I think the series is 70s, right? So the original
Yes,
movies,
the
yeah.
original movie. Well, I don't even say movies.
Really, you don't like the sequels that much? I
I
thought
mean,
you.
I like them, but I don't cherish.
Okay.
So.
Well,
But then, yeah, Burton did his own thing.
they definitely did. There are things about it I like, but as you can tell, as these things often do, we're going off the rails. Well, you know what, Ula? Since you kind of wanted to spearhead getting in on my segment to help me out, why did you decide on Rise of the Planet of the Apes specifically? You're a Planet of the Apes fan. I know that.
Yes, so I've seen the original just so many times, and I have yet to watch the third movie of this new series,
Me too.
War of the Planet of the Apes. It's Rise, then Dawn, then War. I'm
Is
not
it?
sure you can. I believe so. I'm not sure how. Yeah, no, it is.
Okay.
Rise, Dawn, War.
I always get them confused.
And I'm not sure how you can have Dawn before you have had a Rise. Like, don't you need to
Typically, people.
Dawn, then Rise?
Well, typically
Like,
people wake up at dawn and
right,
then they
but and then
rise.
they rise. So how can you be risen
Well,
before the dawn has come?
some people do rise before dawn.
Some people go to war before dawn,
A lot of people do
and
because
they forget to.
strategically you'd win.
Oh, well, then I guess you would rise before you go to war.
As an
So
advance,
that part works.
these titles suck. Is all I don't really like them. They're so confusing. It's like
Well,
the Spider-Man movies. You're Far From Home, No Way Home, Homecoming. It's just
what order do those go in?
Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home. But I saw those more recently, so
So he had a homecoming,
yeah, the dance.
and then he got
They went on a
far
trip.
from home.
Went on a trip, Far From Home.
Okay, well that makes sense. And then no way home.
Yes.
I haven't seen that one. So he got lost from his home.
It's more metaphorical, like he can't get his life back.
Okay, you know what?
See,
We didn't watch that. Haven't even seen that third one.
I
Planet of the Apes.
watch that review on my channel. Yes. So our format. Gotta plug my other stuff. Well, clearly, we haven't gotten the format down just yet.
Did I answer your first question about why I chose this movie?
Because you like the original one, and to be honest, I also know the answer because we decided like, oh, what things do we actually physically have, and that was one of them.
It was a little spur of the moment watching the movie tonight.
It was like,
oh, which ones do we have currently that we can choose
it's like
from?
between these, a couple X-Men movies, and well, well, maybe you can help us pick the other ones. Yeah,
We like your suggestions.
or offer new ones. But as I was saying, what do you want to talk about first, honey? Plot synopsis, or
Oh,
you got
I might have
notes?
made some notes while we were watching it.
Basically, I think we're just going to complain a lot because I felt like that's all we were doing is poking holes, and you just making me
Plot
realize,
holes. Plot holes.
making me realize that I don't know if I like this movie as much as I did all those years ago.
You liked it
I did.
at one point?
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
it wasn't.
I did.
Sorry, go ahead.
I liked it originally.
Okay. Why? Reminisce to those
Uh,
early Joe days.
well, I mean, the movie came out over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I think the biggest thing about it for me was I guess I liked the performances.
Mhm.
I thought James Franco and John Lithgow did a good job, and of course, I really liked Andy Serkis as Caesar. I thought that his acting, and of course, the animation teams really getting to really focus on the emotion in his face. Like
Yeah.
at the time was pretty groundbreaking. I guess they were really ambitious
Yeah.
with trying to
Motion capture and
mimic
the
the
face.
simian motions and whatnot.
Yeah.
But really, that's like the best thing about the movie, and even that, especially like the CGI,
Yeah.
sadly doesn't hold up very well.
I
And
agree.
and watching it with you, like there's just a lot of little plot holes and inconsistent, just weak writing and characters. It's like it's
Sorry, I point those out every single time I'm gonna notice
and I
something.
mean, if the movie's got enough style or interesting things, as we talked about with other reviews,
Yeah.
I can get past some of that.
Hmm.
This one, it's like it didn't have as much artistically to hold it up
Hmm.
because the plot just was weak in a lot of
Yeah.
areas, actually.
I did quite like the way his face emoted. I would
Mhm.
say that was, for me, the strongest thing this movie would have over like the original is just the way his face could emote compared to the old masks where it was more just their eyes because the way their mouth faces were like the rounded.
Hey, you got that. Yes. Although that's one of the great things about that was
But
they did so much with that.
yes, and I really liked that they were physically there in the original.
Practical
I'm
effects
a body.
always win.
Yeah, and the CGI did not hold up. I didn't,
No.
and this is I have the DVD, not Blu-ray.
One of the worst
So
on Blu-ray, actually.
yeah, let us know if anybody has the Blu-ray out there. Does it look just as bad? Any better?
Well,
Did not hold up from what I remember it looking like when I last saw it, which was again quite some years ago.
one thing that threw me about it, which was disappointing, is I remember thinking that the CGI for it was so cool years ago, but
Well, at
like,
the time it was,
but
but they've come out with
no,
newer. No,
well, yeah, I mean, CGI has improved since then. I mean, and if we watch the other ones at some point, maybe we'll compare. But
yeah.
actually, speaking of Andy Serkis again,
Mm-hmm.
go back to Lord of the Rings, 10 years before this with Gollum, and
Was it
honest,
that long ago?
yes, it was 10 years like before
Before
this.
this?
Yeah,
Oh my
or
goodness.
almost. And
What year was this? Did you say?
2011, and I think Two Towers was '02.
Oh my
So
goodness.
like really
Oh,
considering motion
you feel
capture,
old.
I know it does. Me too. But seriously though,
Yes.
Gollum still looks great. He's a bit cartoony, but
Yeah, I
I
guess it's been a while since I've rewatched those
maybe it's
too.
because it's not as realistic of a face, but
Well, they're
I,
also in maybe a faker. Well, I know it's
well,
a real
a
environment,
lot of it was darker.
but yeah.
I just think that based upon my memory of Lord of the Rings, Gollum I think looks better by comparison now, and these movies are newer. Maybe they were trying to do something more ambitious, capturing an ape's face, which is more realistic to a
Hmm.
human's. But I don't know. That was something that didn't make a lot of sense to me either.
Hmm. I don't know.
So that was kind of disappointing watching this again. For that edit to
That
happen.
that truck to go by.
Yeah. Oh yes, there is a new location, so there
Yes.
might be some quick cuts throughout this to
It's a
avoid.
little noisy here.
Actually,
We are in my apartment,
this is
we
one
will
of
say.
the quieter times to do it, though.
Yes. Yeah, leave it at that. So
I'm going to leave this to
should
you
we go
because
over to my
I
notes?
don't usually take notes. I probably should.
Well,
I just go off the cuff. You just have detailed
well,
stuff.
you can go off the cuff with your cuffing, and I
I have
can.
no cuffs. It's just the.
Well, can you see? Can you guys see the stain on my shirt from ice cream on there? No, I think it's
No, it's because the
below.
shadow's kind
Oh,
of
you're so
blocking it.
lucky.
Yeah, I have
He
this
has
nice
no
shirt.
cuffs, but he does have a stain on his shirt from
I
earlier
was
this evening.
really excited about ice cream.
We're spilling all your secrets now, Joe.
You're spilling the beans. Looks like I spilled the beans on myself.
Yeah, well, it was nice. Oh yes, and I'm using an envelope for my
They're
notes.
so official.
Ah.
You can mail it in after you're done.
You know what?
To
Recycle, everybody. Save the planet Earth, so it doesn't go over to the apes. I'm using what I have on hand.
see, it's thematic connection. See,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it.
Do you want to mention the very first thing?
The very first thing in the movie.
Dune Entertainment.
Oh yeah, see that? Yeah, that. Oh yeah, that. Yes, Dune Entertainment helped, I guess,
Does
produce it.
everybody
So
know
that,
your huge Dune fandom and
Uh,
Huge Dune nerd over here, everybody.
well, I think some people on my channel may have picked up on that.
Okay.
Though most of my fans on here are probably like anime fans, and they may or may not know about Dune. I don't know.
All right. Well, if anybody doesn't know, Big Dune. Just a big dune.
I'm a
He's
big,
just a large
I'm a
dune.
big
He's
Dune.
all made out of sand.
That doesn't sound appealing at all, actually.
It's coarse and it's
Rough.
rough.
Darth Vader would not like Arrakis very much.
Didn't he like grow up on Arrakis? No, I know it. I know it's a totally different fandom. Oh my gosh, don't hate me. It's a joke.
Well, that's because he doesn't like it because he grew up there. I don't have to explain this to you, but she's a Star Trek nerd, so
Oh my
maybe,
gosh, totally
maybe,
100% better.
maybe
These are all Star Trek books behind us, everybody.
it's like so it's not really thematic to what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, but
See how off the rails we're.
oh my
This
gosh.
is
Okay, but first
supposed
let
to
me
be
explain what the joke was. I made the joke.
explaining the joke.
No, shush. You're not allowed to talk over me.
Explaining the joke is classic, weakness of comedy, right? If you're trying to be comedic, I don't know.
Well, I just want everybody to hate me because they're like, oh, she doesn't know the
Look,
difference.
if I don't, if
Alright,
they,
so let's get back to the notes I've made. Apparently I'm a lizard who takes notes.
no, Roger Ebert took notes, so be my guest.
Well, I don't get that. Did Robert Ebert take a lot of notes about stuff when he was giving his thumbs ups and his thumbs down?
Yeah, he would take notes in the movie theaters, apparently, so for his reviews that he would write.
Well, good, because that's what you're supposed to do, Joe. Look at you going off on the cuffs.
Well,
not even wearing cuffs. I bet that's why all his reviews are a little.
YouTube doesn't pay my salary, so
tons of subbies.
I could have more subbies. Yeah, that is true.
He wishes he had more subs.
I've been a bit lazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's the power of editing. I'm doing all the behind the scenes stuff. Like,
yeah, I'm just here for
steal my thunder. I know, I got it. You're using me as a platform to start your own channel. It's quite clear. Take it away now.
So, somebody did. Okay, whatever. So they refer. This is something I liked about it. They refer.
Something you actually have a positive.
There's a few of them, Joseph.
What? No, my name.
I do know your name, and now they know that Joe is short for Joseph. Could have figured that one out.
No.
No, Joe is short for Joe Mama.
More falsive. Eventually, we'll talk about it.
I'm trying to.
Go ahead.
You want to read it? You can say it.
Okay.
You can talk about the first point.
I'll feed the notes and you can expand. Oh, something you liked is I didn't catch this. Caesar's mom in the lab is named Bright Eyes because of the effect of the serum in her eyes turn them green, which is reference to Taylor.
It doesn't turn them green. It puts green flecks in her eyes.
Puts green flecks in the eyes, and that's Taylor was Bright Eyes, and he was playing the. So that nice nod to the original was a positive to you.
Yes.
And then yeah.
Oh, can you read it?
Actually, no.
No, I can't read my writing.
Can't read my own.
Oh, something I didn't like was when they were trying to get the mom out of the cage. You know, she was protecting her baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was great. Yeah, she's protecting her baby. But then when they do finally, get her out of the cage, she just, goes running wild all over the place.
Running wild.
Running wild.
She does run wild.
Running wild all over the place.
Yes.
And, forgets about protecting her baby.
She was doing it to protect her baby, apparently.
Right, which she was at first when they were trying to get her, out.
Yeah.
And then when she's, out, she's like, woo! Gotta break and smash and...
Which led to another plot hole because she apparently gave birth to this little chimp and nobody in the lab noticed at all.
Nobody even knew she was pregnant. She must have been pregnant, They
Really?
Small.
Really?
She must have been pregnant when we brought her in. I guess we don't check to see if our apes are pregnant. We don't check to see if our chimps are in healthiness.
This lab doesn't really function very well.
Nope. We didn't even notice the fact that apparently at some point she gave birth in the area we keep her in. And we have an ape handler on staff, and I guess we don't have cameras watching them. We don't have people like paying attention to like what we're doing when we're not testing them. Like, whatever. She came in, she was pregnant, she pumped out a kid. Nope. We have no idea what's going on. Completely unaware any of this is happening.
Terrible. It's
Terrible.
terribly done.
Terrible.
Terribly done.
Terrible.
Terrible.
How do you have no idea that any of this is happening?
You know, it
Are
kind
you
of makes sense.
just not paying any attention to any of your lab animals?
It's clear their success rate, has reasons for its lack of, achievement.
Well, it's a big, fancy looking building. Somebody's got to
Yeah.
have made money or paid some bills at some point. Like, where'd they get all that grant money from?
I don't know. They must do other
Being
things,
terrible.
I guess. Oh.
Ugh.
Next.
Yeah, I'm scanning.
Something good. You can read.
Oh, and then they just kill all the apes.
Oh yeah,
Spoilers. Why are you watching this review if you haven't seen the movie or don't plan to watch the movie or like don't know that there's going to be spoilers in this?
Oh yeah, it's a 2011 movie.
Yeah, shame on you.
Yeah, we would just
Spoilers.
leave spoilers right away.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
Shame.
yeah, this whole review is spoilers. It's just
Yeah.
retrospective convo.
Yeah, shame.
Whatever it
Shame.
is. Shame. Shame.
Shame.
It's a Game of Thrones reference. Shame. Yeah. When they think there's one error with one ape, then they're like,
yeah, she went crazy. She beat people up and broke out and.
You want to test it all? No, we're not gonna.
Nope, we're not gonna check to see what was going on
Kill
with
them
her. We're not gonna check to see if she had some random baby inside her pen that we didn't know about she was protecting.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna kill all the other apes in our that we were testing stuff on, and then we'll check her enclosure last. I don't know. We start at the opposite end and we just start killing everything.
Yeah.
We're not running any tests. Like James Franco, whatever I don't even know what his character's name was.
I forget. Will? Is he Will?
Oh, he was Will. Whatever. James Franco.
His dad's Charles, and there's Lady.
Lady vet.
Love interest.
Love interest lady.
Booty
She's a
woman.
vet.
She's the one that
she needed an adult.
She needed help.
The cop touched her booty.
The cop touched something, yeah.
He didn't touch something. He touched your booty. We can say the word booty. Why can't we say booty? That's family friendly. Everybody has a butt. And if somebody touches your no, this is serious. If somebody touches your butt without a consent, let an adult know that you trust. Even if you're an adult, let another adult know that you trust. If you feel unsafe or uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, it's true. That is fair. And
you don't need to keep it to yourself.
I'm just saying this.
Make sure you let somebody know and seek the help that you need. Don't let somebody touch your booty. Unless you're okay with it. Don't just let somebody touch your booty.
Taking it back now.
It's important.
It is important.
Stand up for your rights. Yeah. Don't let people touch your booty. And that cop touched her booty. She needed an adult. She was also causing a distraction for Franco.
Yeah, so
that's like in 2 hours.
Yes.
We're not there yet. We're still dealing with the plot holes at the beginning of the movie. Not the sexual assault at the end of the movie.
To be fair, the cop was just trying
to get her down.
And it might have accidentally grabbed. So we're,
But he clearly grabbed the booty. And it's not okay.
Excellent. I think. Anyway, maybe not.
Yeah, they just killed all the apes.
Yeah.
Let's just kill them all. Let's not worry about testing our millions or billions or lots of money drugs.
Lots of money drugs.
Lots of money drugs.
Basically.
Lots of money we've been spending on drugs. Kill them all. There's another truck. We're going to pause every time there's a truck. I'm pretty sure I'm loud and I can talk over the trucks.
I don't know. It might not really pick up the trucks that much if we're talking over it, but I won't be able to find out.
That way we don't have to.
Well, I'll edit out if it's an issue anyway. So yeah, just continue. Oh, yeah, they kill all the apes because of the big money drugs, even though they're way
big drug money drugs.
Yeah.
Kill them all.
But that's right. James Franco takes Caesar, finds him, takes him home.
Yeah, but that's where I had another issue.
You did?
Yeah, Franco calls the baby a monkey.
Oh, he doesn't know. The guy's
it's an ape.
Which he should know because he's been working with him for years.
Oh yeah, no, but it's a
But
monkey.
see, that's for the audience because of a common misconception. There's a lot of like thinking the audience is dumb in this movie by spelling things out. It's
Well,
really annoying,
it's
actually.
it's kind it's maybe it's a little bit funny because my can I explain what's a little bit funny before you start rolling your eyes?
I'm not rolling your eyes. You're rolling your eyes at the movie. See, she's so sensitive.
I am a
Ula,
little bit.
ula pula, ula papula mula, ula. See, this review is just a disaster. Keep going.
This face is a disaster. Oh,
Oh,
your mommy goes.
no one's gonna get that one. She. That's a that's a skit I need to develop. Yeah.
Oh, it's so
That's
funny.
not
It's so
related.
funny. It's so funny, guys.
Only to us.
But nobody else is gonna get
Yeah,
it.
like,
I'm sorry.
what are
It's
they talking?
so funny.
What are they talking about?
Anybody can draw the picture of that for me.
It's like somebody just
Just
eating
a
a
mom eating a ghost out of a fridge.
mom and a ghost.
So funny.
Uh,
Shit. Shh, don't curse.
I'm not eating that part out.
Please
I'll
do.
be demonetized because of her cursing.
Cursing. It's the S word. My copy of the Planet of the Apes that I know. Actually, if you want to go get it, it's on that shelf over there.
Yeah.
My book. We'll wait for Joe and his little butt to get back over here. See if you can find it.
In the movie.
It's got some different. Let's not get off track again. It's got some
Well,
different ideas in it.
let's not get off
Really?
track.
Anyway, but what the reason I was going to say it's a little. I'm sure they didn't mean to make this joke, but I thought it was a little funny because yeah, this happened when they first translated it. They translated it wrong instead of Planet of the Apes. They translated it as Monkey Planet. You know, humans are stupid. Don't know how to translate things well. Got this in Canada.
That's cool.
Not for sale in the United States. I brought it back across the border.
He smuggled it. He's
I
rebel.
was
You're bad.
like 10.
You're bad.
Like 10, bought it at a used bookstore
He was a
on a
bad
family vacation.
Cool.
My love for sci-fi goes deep.
It's actually kind of scary in a good way. It's intimidating. I thought I liked science fiction, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't by comparison. Oh well.
All right. Oh, this is something I don't know if it's an issue or not, but I have strong questions about it.
Okay.
It's about whether or not the drug they were giving Mama would have passed the placental barrier and have got to baby Chimp and have made him more intelligent. And we don't know enough about the drug to know whether that would have really had the effect or not.
That's something you had a problem with that I actually kind of accepted. I was like, well, a lot of times if somebody's pregnant and somebody is taking chemical substances, that can have an adverse effect on a baby. Maybe this just had a positive one.
Right, but it's usually the continued use and abuse of those chemical substances that then begins to have the abuse, or excuse me, the effect.
Well, I'm guessing they were probably just testing on her for a long time. I was okay with that.
I don't know. I'm not super upset with it, but I don't know, it does bother me a little bit. Like we didn't even know she was pregnant. It just adds to the problems for me. Like we didn't even know if she was pregnant because there are some things that do go over the barrier. There's some things that don't because like people taking like some antidepressants have to be careful because they will pass through the barrier, but others are acceptable because they don't have an effect on the fetus. So I don't know. It's not exactly an issue. It just I don't know. It just bothers me a little bit.
Okay.
And it just mostly goes back to them just like not having a clue what was going on with this ape that they're testing these expensive drugs on and like they want to get to human research on and they don't even know what's going on with this ape. Like, how can you? I don't know. I guess it goes back to the whole how can you
Yeah,
not restrict
well, no,
pregnancy
no,
thing.
the lab just runs really inefficiently. That's something we've
Yeah.
discovered.
So I guess maybe it's more just a symptom of that.
Yeah, I think it's another side. I was actually okay with that, but I just think that's science because movie has to happen.
Yeah.
That one.
All right. And then I took a break for a while
You
from
did.
writing down
You
notes.
kind of stopped writing down notes after that point.
I took a couple more later on, but I did take a. Well, our dinner was ready. Then we were eating some dinner while we were watching the movie.
Yes, we were very fancy. We had our patties.
Yes, he'll cook some chicken patties for us. Yes, good job. So,
You're welcome.
thank you.
Yeah.
So now you may have the floor, and we'll go back to my notes later.
Well, one issue I've kind of always had about this movie
Hmm.
was something that they don't really. I don't know if they do a good job emphasizing it, but
Hmm.
basically, Caesar is the super intelligent ape, but it seems like all the other apes are pretty intelligent too.
Well, so he did get those canisters and stab them, and that is how
Yeah.
just the apes at his control animal sanctuary got more intelligence,
But
but not any of the other
even
apes.
before that, though, Maurice, the orangutan, he seemed pretty smart.
Well, he was a circus
Oh
chimpanzee,
yeah,
and that is how he knew the sign
he
language.
was a circus chimpanzee. Yeah, that's it. That's the explanation.
So that's it for that one ape.
No, I just kind of felt like the apes all seemed like they were fairly intelligent just because a lot of them could do sign language and we see basic communication. Like, okay, he
Well, Maurice is the only one that can do sign language other than Caesar.
yeah, but okay, so he's automatically more intelligent, and I guess they show with the subtitles that he's got like broken grammar. But I mean, when Caesar actually speaks, it's also not perfect grammar. So how much of a
Mhm.
jump is it linguistically? And also, apparently, these apes, okay, they're intelligent, but also they just get knowledge automatically. Like they know how to shift things into spears and throw them accurately, like superior Olympic athletes.
I had issues with that too.
So that's
Be-
kind of fuzzy.
Because when I mean, maybe it was with the new strain, because they go from using the 1112 to
113.
the 113. Yeah,
Whoa,
112 went to 113.
everybody.
Because originally they only describe it as a cognitive, because it's supposed to be repairing the damaged brain cells.
Hmm.
And then just with Caesar, because he had it from birth, is it supposed to be creating new brain cells, I thought.
Improving his intelligence.
Improving intelligence.
But that doesn't mean knowledge.
And then right.
Still have to
And
learn.
then with with the 113, we don't exactly know what that one's supposed to do. But presumably it would we would think it would still just be a cognitive thing.
Probably.
It's not suddenly a month's muscle enhancer as well.
Hmm.
So why are they suddenly like amazing super apes? Like, where did
Because,
that come from? And how did the apes who didn't
oh yeah,
breathe in the
yeah,
vials that he brought to the ape sanctuary
oh yeah.
become super
They
apes?
go to the zoo and they
Because
can
yeah,
just,
they break out random apes from different places, primarily the zoo.
and they know what to do.
And they're just like, oh yeah, we're on board. We know exactly what's going on. Yeah, we follow Caesar as our leader. Like,
Yeah.
we're cool. We follow exactly, like, we know exactly what we're doing. We understand all these commands. Like, we're totally on board with all of this. None of us are going rogue. At least not that we saw.
Well, also, they don't really have the best strategy. Like it's implied Caesar is really smart, he's planned it out, but they just kind of like start wandering through the city, going on a rampage, and wonder why there's
Yeah.
going to be an issue.
Well, and then that was another issue
It's
I had. Speaking of
a
issues.
long list of issues.
Yeah, it was a long movie. Like,
Longer than we expected,
it just felt so long. Like the whole second half of the movie, like, well, especially the ending. It's like, why are we supposed to be rooting for Caesar again? Like, yeah, the animal control sanctuary place was definitely didn't wasn't a
Treat them
good.
well.
Yes, it wasn't a great environment for the apes. It did not treat them well. It didn't treat them with dignity. Cool, let's get the apes out of there. Let's do some animal reform. But then they were just rampaging around the city like
killing people.
killing people, injuring people, causing massive amounts of property damage.
Yeah, they don't
Like
exactly do a
they
lot to.
don't seem like the good guys anymore.
No,
We don't see. I don't feel like they didn't present Caesar as somebody I wanted to be rooting for anymore. I don't know if I'd say he was exactly a villain, but especially the other apes
no,
were not good guys. Like I didn't want to see them brutally beaten. Like, but they weren't the people I wanted to win.
no. Actually, I feel like they almost were kind of.
Like deserve. Not. I don't want to say deserving. The last big thing I kind of had an issue with was when they were doing the first test of the 113 on Koba, and Mr. Franklin, who was the ape handler, his mask came undone and
Mhm,
came off, and he breathed in some of the 113.
mhm.
And then, first off, why didn't they quarantine him? Why didn't they make sure he was like, oh no, like this wasn't supposed to be tested on people? Why aren't we like checking up on him? And then he didn't show up for work for 2 days. He was calling out sick. Why didn't that raise anybody's flags, anybody's suspicion? It's a terrible lab.
Oh yeah, it's a badly functioning lab. Draco Malfoy was a evil guy just because he's evil,
That's the only character he knows how to play
or that they
or
hired to play. I'm
something.
sure he could do better than that.
Oh, yes. That's just kind of funny. That's the only role I've ever seen him in. I've only seen him in Harry Potter and now this movie.
Mhm.
I've never seen him play a different character. I'm sure he's a very talented young man. Oh, he's not really that young anymore. I don't know how old he is. I'm sure he's a very talented actor, but I've only ever seen him play bad guys.
Yeah, mostly. I think for me too. Yeah,
Wow. So yeah,
yeah.
I think that's
Uh,
most of it.
so I don't know. I guess I feel like a, a retrospective on the 2011 Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Do we like the movie? Do we? What's the place of the movie? Do we recommend it? I mean,
Well, for me, I'm a completionist.
yeah, I
If
know
it's
that.
yes, if it's something I am a fan of, at least in the original sense, I tend to at least like to see the other versions of it so that I can have seen all of the versions of it. So in that sense, yes, I would recommend it if you are like me and you like to see all the versions of something. Is it something I'm gonna watch a million times? Absolutely not.
No.
I'm happy I've seen it.
Yeah.
Just to have seen
No, I think that as a movie, it actually functions okay. Like it's pretty entertaining, I guess.
it. Hmm.
But you don't want to think about it too much. It's kind of a
Yeah.
shame that for a movie that's trying to have these big themes, I feel like the original film obviously did it better, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of wondering, watching the sequels of this trilogy, will they improve upon it? I hope so, because yeah, I thought this one was just kind of okay. It
Yeah.
had some good things about it, but it didn't hold up quite as well as I thought it would.
No. I don't think I know we mentioned a ton of plot holes, but I do think they aren't the largest of plot holes considering some of the plot holes that were in Tim Burton's.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we will have to review that one at some point.
Oh.
I know, we'll have to watch it again.
I mean, I
Maybe.
I guess
Hmm.
the emotional core of the movie is good, maybe.
Yeah, not wanting your dad to die and what you might do for it, the bonding and
Well, I mean, we kind of care about Caesar, but like you said, it kind of breaks down with how we're supposed to really root for them and who we're supposed to root for by the end of the movie. And I guess
yeah,
with the Apes franchise, it gets kind of complicated, but I don't know.
who truly is the good guy, who is the villain.
But could it have been done better writing wise? Probably. Fleshed out more? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, any other thoughts, Ula?
No, I don't think so.
Um, I don't know exactly how we're going to end this. Crinkling something off in the distance.
Yes.
So I guess in the meantime, if you've seen the 2011 Planet of the Apes film, let us know your thoughts on it.
Hmm.
And yeah, we have kind of a list of different random sci-fi movies we might want to watch,
Hmm.
which I guess we won't go into too much detail about them because you were like, no spoilers.
No, but I do think we do intend to watch the other two, The Dawn and The War.
Yes, I don't know. Are we going to watch them right after, or if we'll?
Not too far.
Yeah,
in the future.
yeah. We'll probably get to them
Probably.
soon.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah,
make it easier. Hopefully. All
let
right,
us know what you
everybody.
think.
Yeah, let us know. Thank you for watching, everybody.